Excuse. What's good, Weeples? I see my focals in the traffic. What's up, her? Happy Wednesday. Happy. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Ah, and the Lord said, "Let there be light." You got to put that light on you, boy. Put that light on you, boy. Let's light it up one time. Let's tap it. Y'all ever seen Moana? When that nigga Maui said, "Look at that Maui, just tap. Get the tapping, niggas." What's good, Zion? My nigga Maui said, "Look at that Maui, just tap. Hey, what can you say? Okay, you're welcome." Y'all better sing that shit. The rock. What up, PYT? Yep, you early as fuck. We just getting cranking. We just getting cranked up. Mm-hmm. What's good with it? Good morning. Good morning. I'm feeling good, man. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Yep, we early today. I gotta go to a meeting in about 2.5 hours, so I ain't got much time. The only standard men have is, oh man, thank you. Appreciate the follow. I didn't beat her. I don't cheat, I don't beat. And I got the job. Right, I appreciate you. Yeah, we in this thing, man. Love y'all. Hopefully my voice comes back during the live. I don't know. We gonna see. Konami. Oh man, that's like the video game system. Hopefully my voice comes back to me. I'm sorry. What up, Shantae? Intently. Good morning. Give you the 50. Give you the 50 for what? That's what I hear, man, saying good man is. Don't forget a provider and a protector. The 2 P's. DC, DB, and 2 P's. Don't cheat, don't beat. Provider, protector. That's all you got to do to be a good man in the world. Yeah. I feel good. Just my voice be gone from me. I be using it every day too much. Provide, protect. What else, Stephanie? The standards for men for being a good man is way lower than the standards for being a good woman. It's not even close. Women got to be damn near perfect to be considered a good woman. Pumpkin Patch Dad discourse. Pumpkin Patch Dad. Oh, the dad that was complaining on his way to the pumpkin patch. I have not. I did a video on it. But I haven't seen much of the discourse. Natural order of men teacher. I don't know what that is. What that mean? I don't know what that is. Majority of them just cosplay provider protector though. Yeah. Majority of men aren't really providing and protecting, to be honest with you. And since the bar is set high for women and so low for men, it's probably why they are being ostracized. Who's being ostracized? The women? Who's being ostracized? I don't know.
Hello there.
What's good, man?
Nothing much. How are you? How you been?
How about me? I've been good. It's a good morning. What's happening with
That's good to hear. That's good.
you?
So, are you speaking when you say standards for being a good woman? Are you speaking from a Western perspective, American woman, modern woman?
No, just in general, about women in general,
Okay, which women are you?
the women on this planet that are alive and the ones that passed.
Would you say there are different types of culture, different types of standards for women worldwide?
Kind of, but not really. They kind of all do the same shit at the end of the day. They boil it down to the same thing. And I'm not saying like every single culture, but the vast majority of it, definitely like the where the largest populations of people are. So like China, India, um, mid East, Africa, well, most places in Africa, not everywhere, but
Do you think
Nigeria, South Africa, they typically have the same standards.
do you think Western women are the same as African or Middle Eastern women in your eyes, or Asian women? Is that your understanding, your perspective?
And what do you mean the same?
Modern, modern liberal Western women, okay, where feminism is abundantly clear, you can feel it in the air in a Western nation, versus a traditional conservative religious household like Chinese women, Indian women, African women, Middle Eastern women. Do you see, you know what I mean? How can you see it the same? I don't understand.
I think because those women also think you think these women are liberal. You can apply whatever label you want to put on these women. You call it feminism or whatever, but in reality, the women in the Middle East sick of them men too. The women in China sick of those men too. The women in India are sick of those men too. The women in Nigeria are sick of those men too. So that I don't you are like what you're talking about is more the reaction or the I guess like the freedom, if you want to say, then that's different. But the women's sentiments about men are the sentiments about men are pretty much the same worldwide, like across the globe, across cultures. It's the same thing.
Okay. What would be the measurement for that in your understanding? The relationship between men and women in their culture, how they see their women, how they see their men. How would you measure that? Because American women and American men seem to be at odds with one another. I don't think they even like each other in principle. But can you say that to other cultures? You can see divorce rates. You can see
I don't count divorce
the
rates.
amount of sexual activity that they're engaging.
I
Because
don't
most men are virgins in America.
yeah, I don't
So
judge it
there's
on
different types of
that type of
measurement.
stuff because that stuff is rooted in the freedoms of the
What's the
country. So in
what's
other
the
hold on. In certain cultures in certain countries, you can't get divorced. You don't get a chance to choose your husband. So why would I judge it based on divorce rates in Iraq or Iran or in Afghanistan?
There are different cultures. That's my point. Different cultures, different standards. So what is your standard?
That
You feel
hold
like
on,
they
wait.
hate their husbands?
You're missing the point. You that would prove my point. In a place where the woman doesn't even have a choice, she doesn't even have a choice. Of course, they're
So
like, what
let's
do you
be
mean? Of course, you think that they fucking like that shit? Like, what are you
let's be
saying?
specific. Which women don't have the choice to divorce their husbands?
In Afghanistan, they can't divorce their husbands.
Are you talking about the Sharia governed societies in the world?
Yeah, they can't.
Radical Islam. Okay, there are criteria where they can divorce. You have to be aware of their culture.
And
It's not like
and in the
there's a
other, hold on, you
government.
don't need to deflect. You just said name a culture, I name one, but let's keep going though. And even hold on, sir.
You have
And
to
even hold on.
understand
This is where we start to run into trouble. Also, if you want to say this too, in America, in America, there are states where women can't get divorced from a man if she's pregnant. So that's law. That's law in certain states in America. Imagine in more oppressed countries, right? And also you're talking, and let's add the idea or the concept of like shame to it, right? So in India, yep, you can get divorced, but how are the women treated that are divorcees in India? Are they not ostracized? Are they not?
Are you talking about cultural standards? What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm answering your questions.
Yeah, I think you're confusing the difference between American women and the other women around
No,
the world.
sir,
Different.
I'm not confusing
You
shit.
seem to have this view
No,
of you think all the women are the same.
I think,
Are you a feminist?
yes, I think that most
I
women,
can see that.
yeah,
Now,
I don't care.
do you see the world from a power perspective?
That's a stupid
Somebody
statement.
great, oppressor, oppressive. Do you see that, or do
Yes,
you
that
see
is
it
how
like
the world runs.
symptoms?
Yeah, the world runs
Okay,
from
you don't see
oppression and
you
oppressed.
don't see personalities, cultural perspectives, survival, geography, environment,
I
politics.
take
You don't
all
see
of that
that
stuff into
stuff.
account, but at the end of the day, are they being oppressed or are they not? That's
Okay,
the
so
question.
what would
And
you
oppression
what
is,
would you consider?
hold
I
on, hold on,
got you.
hold on, hold on.
I understand. You have to
You
focus
don't,
first.
you don't understand.
What would you consider freedom?
Hold on.
Why
This,
would you
hold on,
give me
hold on, hold on,
freedom?
sir. Hold on. You about to get dropped again. You don't know how to shut up. I'm gonna
Let me
help you
just
out.
drop myself.
I'm gonna help you out.
I
I'm not
think you're
here for
capable of
you to,
understanding.
sir. I promise you, it's not how it doesn't go the way you think it is going to go. If you want to do this, you can go live and go argue with somebody the way you would like to. But this is my live. I don't give a fuck about your line of questioning anymore because now you are derailing it to a different. Now you're just derailing it to a whole different conversation, and I don't care to have that conversation. Right? So let's go back. Let's go back. What is your point? I think that most. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it clear. Yeah, I do. I think that. I think that women, not all.
How do you talk with that?
Oh my god.
How do you argue with that? That's clown show.
Okay.
Circuit.
Okay. I think
Okay, let me
airy
talk
life.
with yourself.
Okay. Airy life. I think that most women are oppressed in every culture. You can go across the cultures. I there are very few cultures where women aren't oppressed. Oppression is a sliding scale. There are some places where women are like extremely oppressed, and then there's some places where women are like really oppressed, and there's some places where women are oppressed, and there's some places where women are slightly oppressed. Like that's how it works. So like in Sweden, maybe the women aren't extremely oppressed compared, but they're still oppressed. In America, the women are, I think the women are extremely oppressed in America. And I know people love to like romanticize what's going on in America and act like women got all of this power in America, but they don't. They really don't. And I don't and I hate that when we start to have these conversations, um a lot of uneducated men start to come from this act. They start as soon as you start talking about Western and Eastern, I already know you lost the plot. I already know you lost the plot. As soon as you start talking about Western and Eastern and China versus them, I already know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about right off the rip. If you think those women in China don't like the women in China don't like Chinese men either. Japanese women don't like Japanese men. Korean women don't like Korean men. Nigerian women don't like Nigerian men. South African women don't like South African men. Ghanaian women don't like Ghanaian men. Like you could just go down the now to now you want to get into you. I'm just talking about it from that aspect. What's so hard to understand about that? Name the country. Name the country where you think the women are content. Name the country where you think the women are like, generally, the women are like, this is yes, this is it. We needn't go any further than this. This is it. Name it. Uh Trans men are trying to take over women. What are you talking about, Tiana? That doesn't even make sense. But anyways, name the country. White women in Britain don't like white men in Britain. What? What? White women in Britain don't like white men in Britain. White Irish women don't like white Irish men. Y'all didn't see them Scandinavian women protesting, and go look up the numbers in that. Cause these are the Scandinavian countries, the happiest countries, the most equitable countries. Fucking, they got a. I think it's like it's either the Poles or God damn it, I don't remember. Oh, is it Iceland? One of those countries. the whole government is ran by women. And they're still oppressed. That's what I'm trying to tell. Even in those countries, they're still oppressed. Iceland, there you go. Even in those countries, the women are still oppressed. Even with the government full of women, like the top 4 positions are led by women, the women are still oppressed. Not by those 4 women, but by the system. You got to undo the whole system. Undoing a system, look, man, the way the system works is like this. The way the system works is it's like once upon a time, a group of men tied us in 1,000 knots, right? So there's 1,000 individual knots tied that's tying people up, that's slowing people down, right? And for you to undo the whole system, you kind of got to go through and untie every single knot. You kind of got to go through and get rid of, and that's what's going on. So even in places where women are better, right? They're better off. There's a bunch of little knots tied around them that they gotta untangle. There's tons. And that's what's happening all around the world. In America, hey, every woman has 1,000 knots. She's tied up in 1,000 knots. In Afghanistan, she's tied up in 10,000 knots. In India, she's tied up in 8,000 knots. In Britain, she's tied up in 7,000. Like, cool, whatever. But they're still fucking tied up. That's the point. So I'm not about to sit here and argue with somebody about, oh, do you think the women in America, the liberal women in America, what liberal? Are most women in America liberal? What does that mean to be liberal? What do you mean? I don't. That's a vague term, by the way. What does that mean to be liberal to you? I don't know what that means. Are liberal in what way? They're still racist. The country is still extremely racist. How can you be liberal and racist? I'm saying based on that logic, liberal meaning like a feminist. If you're a feminist, but you're still racist, you're not a feminist. You can't be a racist feminist. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a racist feminist. Those two things cancel each other out. So if you are racist and you there's no racist feminism that exists. That's why I hate when they try to do that, like, oh, white feminism. There's no such thing as white feminism. It's just feminism. Because feminism is for men, women, and children. It ain't for black men or white women or da-da-da. It ain't none of it. It's men, women, and children. You go look up the definition. It doesn't say anything about race in there. It's about gender equality. Gender equality. And for the genders to be equal, that means you got to get rid of racism too. So you can't be a racist feminist. That doesn't exist. So where are all of these feminists at in this country? Because I don't see them. I see a ton of racism. I see very few actual feminists in this country. I'm talking about from women, from like very few. I see very few feminists in this country. Very few. And why do you guys think there's not a big? That's why I also chuckle at the notion that there's these like feminist movements. Where are all these fucking feminist movements? Where are they? Where are they at? When they overturned Roe v. Wade, that's when you would have thought you would have seen like this like groundswell of like feminist. Where are they at? There are very few feminists in America. Very few. Intersectional feminism, exactly, which is just feminism. Intersectional feminism is just feminism. That's it. Anything else would be something else. Yeah, they weren't feminists, Kiki. That's the point. You can't be that. It was a race thing. It was racism. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's hard. It's how can you be a feminist and you don't care about these women? Are you a feminist? You don't care if these women get rights, but you care. That doesn't make sense because where does it say that in the definition of feminism? That you cannot care about certain groups of women and still be considered a feminist. I don't understand that. That's what I'm saying. I get the nuance. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I think we need to start drawing hard lines in the sand so that we can like be on like where the fuck are you at? What side are you on? I think we give too much grace. We start to convolute the conversation and we get lost in the nuance sometimes. I'm making it abundantly clear from my perspective. You cannot be a racist feminist. You can't be a racist feminist. Right? You can't be an anti-racist misogynist. You can't be like, hey, I want black people to get theirs, but really, but women, you guys wait. But men, black men, you're still you're not anti-racist then because you don't care about black people. You care about black men. You're still just a misogynist. If you only care about white women, you're just a racist. You're not a feminist. You're just a racist. You just care about white women. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I feel better. I feel more comfortable when we do it that way. I hate because it opens up too much room for people to be like, I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist. And then you guys start talking, and this feminist is like, yeah, but if it's let's say a black woman is talking about what's going on, and not it don't got to be a white woman, anybody but a black woman talking about what's going on. Because I didn't seen it happen with Asian women talking to black women. I didn't seen it happen with white women talking to black women, Latino women. Go look up whatever. What's that? Oh man, what's the Latina woman? Real pretty. She was in a movie with Antonio Banderas. Selma Hayek. Go look at Selma Hayek when she was talking to what's that black woman's name? When they was at the dinner or whatever, and she was being like dismissive and like disrespectful. It wasn't Regina King. Regina King was the shit with that one racist white woman, Ben Affleck's ex-wife. But this one was with whatever. It was Selma Hayek. Nah, Selma Hayek was on some bullshit. She not hard hands. She was on some bullshit. Lupita, yeah, she was on that bullshit. It was Jennifer Garner and Regina King. Jennifer Garner was on that bullshit. This was Selma Hayek and Lupita. Yeah, Selma Hayek and Lupita. Bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like I done seen it happen with all the different groups of women. That's why I don't do the POC, the people of color, and all of that. I want us to unite. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, y'all more, y'all be on that, because of colorism. I get it, because of colorism. You know what I'm saying? You closer to whiteness than you are to black. You know what I mean? So you distance yourself from being black as far as you can by siding. What? That's fine, right? That's your thing. But that's why I don't do the POC shit. I'm like black people, and when I say POC, I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about everybody but black people and white people. When I say POC, I can lump them all in the same group together. I never put black people in that same group, right? Because black women and black men don't get treated the same way that Latino men that don't present as black people do, and Asian people who don't present like black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can be a black Asian technically. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit at all. That's not my thing. That is not my thing. I don't know if that's my brain. I could be wrong. Y'all can say I gotta read more, but whatever. But I'll put motherfuckers in boxes. I put niggas in boxes because there's lines. I need lines. The lines keep me safe. That's what I'm saying. For me, the lines keep me safe. Playing the like feminism could be a white woman could be feminist, but she could be racist. No, you can't be racist. I'm good. You got that. Take that shit over there. That's why I get confused. Womanism, feminism, black feminism, white feminism. What the fuck are we talking about? It's just feminism. You're either a feminist or you're not. You're either for the equity and equality of all the genders, or you're not. Men, women, and children, or you're not. If you're not, then you're something else. You're not you're not in this group. You're something else completely. You're just another thing. You're in another group. Stop trying to claim this group though. Y'all be fucking it up for everybody. Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm saying. I understand the need to refer to yourself as a womanist. That's what I'm saying. I get that need now because people have co-opted the word and the idea of feminism. So now we had to create new terms and new words for it. We had to add layers to it because they took it and was like, I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist. And then you look up and it's like, but are you though? Do you but I don't really care about those darkies. So are you a feminist? Because what the fuck are you talking about? The majority of the women on the planet are dark. The majority of the women on the planet are brown, like me, like y'all, like most of y'all in here. So if you only care about this many women, and it's this many women, like, nah, you not. How are you a fucking? That's weird. That don't make sense to me. I don't understand that. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not down for that type of shit. I don't know who this Tiana person is. We gonna see what this is about. I don't know. Anyways, back to the point. I got sidetracked. We went on a little side quest. The side quest. But it needed to be said. Why is there so many people in here but want to bring me up? Tiana, you keep saying stuff, and I don't like to respond to people in the comments while I'm on the platform while I'm talking. You can come up and have a conversation. You ask me a question, I assume. Are you just asking the chat? You can just ask the chat. You don't contribute to malarkey? Okay. I don't know what that means. You must be a man. But let's do this. Maybe you can catch the malarkey on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can catch the malarkey on YouTube. You done got booted. Maybe, just maybe, you can catch the malarkey on YouTube, huh? They might accept you over there. Go over there. I don't think they will, but I should have booted her when she made that comment about trans men trying to take over trans women. Which, what? What does that mean? I don't under. That's what I was gonna bring her up then, but I was in the middle of my little rant. I'm like, what the fuck? What is how do trans men, how are trans, think about what you're saying. Are you saying trans women are trying to take over trans men? I mean trans women? Or, I'm sorry, are you trying to say trans women are trying to take over women? But I don't understand. I was so confused. I didn't understand that at all. Yeah, it sounded like a man. I don't know. To me, every time people get to talking like that, I be thinking they men. That's just my thing. She could have been a woman. I'm not saying women don't think like that. You guys have been observing increasingly more and more. I've been running into a lot of women that be on some other shit. Let me put it like that. She had videos on her page. Okay. I take it back. She's a woman. Okay. I can't check the page while I'm up here. A lot of internalized misogyny in these women. 100%, Samantha. Okay. 100%. 100%. But yeah, man, we're gonna do it like this. We looking for issues and problems. They be naturally dumb sometimes. Oh man, and being innately dumb is wicked. Goodness gracious. Damn, I gotta stop doing that because I do be thinking that I just be thinking all these people, I just be automatically assuming they men. Like I'm like, oh, that's a man. But I gotta stop doing that. That's my fault. That's my reverse sexism coming out. That's my reverse sexism coming out. That's my internalized anti-misogyny. I don't even, it's too many I did too many Uno reverses. I had one too many Uno reverses. Got me all discombobulated and confused in this motherfucker. I don't know what it. I'm like, that got to be a man. Nope. Come to find out, that's a woman. All right, the men's is right about me. They be like, you don't think women can do any wrong? I'm like, nah, man, women be fucking up. But every single time it's a weird woman in here, I'm like, that's a man. Oh man, I think I might have overcorrected just a tad. Slight over. I still feel like I'm closer to the truth than a lie though, but it's a slight overcorrection. I got to reel it in a little bit. My fault, family. My fault. You got to hold yourself accountable sometimes. You got to hold yourself accountable sometimes. My fault, y'all. My bad. I did it. I'll hold that L. They think like a man. That's what. Hey, there you go. That's what I'm gonna start saying. You think like a man, and then when they say I am a man, all right, cool. Now we know. But if you're not a man, then it's like, all right. But I do want to address this real quick. I didn't really get a chance to get into it. I messed up, Osa. I don't know what was going on. Hey, happy birthday to Osa, man. Happy belated birthday, Osa. My fault. I didn't get to shout you out yesterday. I ain't really been in the Discord the last couple of days active like that. My fault. I caught it today though. But no, so the standards for being a man are way lower than the standards for being a good woman. So the way that I want to the way that I want to have this conversation is like this. What I have observed, for an example, just so people understand what I'm talking about. So women have to be virgins, right? Like think about women have to be virgins to be accepted by men, to be respected by men. They have to be attractive. I ain't even got to the real shit yet, y'all. I'm starting on the surface. They got to be virgins. They got to be attractive and no past trauma. There you go. Damn. And they have to like men. They have to hold men in a high esteem. They have to hold men in a high esteem. Right? Okay. And that is just to be like protected in men's eyes. Because isn't that what the men say? Wait, I'll let y'all know here. We're gonna speak on it. We're gonna speak on it today. We're gonna talk about it today. Let's talk about it. Cause ain't that what y'all be saying? That the women's gotta be that the women's gotta love the man and all of that just to be protected by the man. Ain't this what y'all be saying? Ain't this y'all?
This thing, ladies, in Florida, all those guys y'all not attracted to, the ones got the dead bodies, they under 6 foot, they don't make 6 figures, and they ain't got a 6-pack. They come down to Florida to chainsaw and hook y'all electricity and give y'all water, rescue y'all. If you're really not attracted to those men, ladies, you know, ladies, I'm talking about, don't ask them for no help and see how long you survive. See, when y'all ladies need help, it ain't about what a fucking man looks like. It's D Flow speaking fact.
This D Flow speaking bullshit. So women gotta be just to get protection. Women gotta be perfect. just to get a little protection from a man. The women gotta be perfect, right? Ain't that what you saying? Look, just to take a woman out on a date, what the woman gotta be. This what the man saying. Just to take a woman out on a date.
That's all she getting. You on the other hand, you meet her on a dating app. She gonna be like, you need to wine and dine me. Take me out for a date. The problem is taking women out on a date. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Even though I do it, meaning that I do it for my own reasons, I don't agree that women should be taken out on dates. The reason why is because they have done strange things for way far less.
So To be able to go out on a date, a woman cannot have done strange things with another man. If she has done strange things, then she doesn't deserve to be taken out on a date.
Far, far less. They've had babies with niggas that they got no dates. Lots of sex, casual sex, fun times. This is only for a certain select guy and most guys that they're not attracted to.
Interesting.
Now, I can't say what we should do in place of that. I'm
Of course he can't say what we should do because it's stupid.
just saying we're putting that standard on a group of men that more than likely she's not attracted to. And women that work up to levels of attraction, it just takes them too long because they're kind of disgusted by you. So they just there, you know,
So you gotta be, so you gotta love men to be protected by men. You gotta like every man. If you don't like the man, if you're not attracted to the man, if you're not willing to get that man no vagina, then they're not supposed to protect you. If you also gotta be a virgin. If you have done anything freaky with another man, you're not worthy of going on a date. And last but not least, this is what you got to do to be taken care of.
TikTok and social media, for that matter, has a lot of women on it that are confused about the level of their looks. Watch this.
Every day I look in the mirror and I say, why do I have to work? When I look like this, I'm just a little confused.
I'm not confused. So since you're confused, let me enlighten you. Let Don P enlighten you. You're cute. Cute is at this level. Beautiful is at this level. Gorgeous is at this level.
Don P, you're not cute, but let me help you out. So we're gonna do that for a woman's looks. Let's do it for a man, because this is what they like to do, right? Let's do it for a man's pocketbook. Don P, this is broke. This is we're gonna say hood rich, right? This hood rich. This is no. We're gonna say this middle class. No, we're gonna say hood rich first. We're gonna say this is broke. This is hood rich, middle class. This is upper middle class, and this is rich. This is rich, right? Don P, you in between broke and hood rich. You in between broke and hood rich. Why are you having this conversation about taking care of a woman or what women don't deserve? Why are you talking about a woman being gorgeous and what she deserves? Look at what I'm saying. So to take care of a woman, the woman must be quote unquote gorgeous, the highest level, gorgeous, right? But he goes on, just for a man to take care of a woman, look at what a woman has to be, gorgeous. Let's keep going. His pocketbooks ain't gorgeous though. That's what I'm saying. His wallet ain't gorgeous. His wallet look like Shrek.
Let me enlighten you. Let Don P enlighten you. You're cute. Cute is at this level. Beautiful is at this level. Gorgeous is at this level. Beautiful and gorgeous women don't have to work. Cute and average women have to work. There's levels to this. And I know you don't believe that, but your life is living undeniable proof that you're at the cute to average level. Now, can you make it up to a higher level? Possibly. But it really comes down to what's your attitude like? What's your inner heart like? What's your inner beauty like? You seem to be putting a priority on the outward appearance. And like I said, you're somewhere in the middle, a little bit above. Does this explain it? Confusion solved?
How do you know what type of woman she is on the inside? All you saw was a video of her talking about she looks good. She sang it in a joking way, by the way, but you took it seriously. That's fine. So she looks good, and the woman does look good. I know a lot of niggas that pay her bills. I know a lot of niggas that pay her bills. A lot of them. She does look good, but he's trying to humble her, right? So he says, oh, you're not that attractive. You're not that fine. You're not that fine. And then goes on to contradict himself by saying, oh, well, it comes down to what's on the inside. Then why you just didn't start with that? Why didn't you start with beauty is more than skin deep, right? I don't judge women like that. I judge women based on the content of their care. Like, that would be the way to have that conversation if you were actually trying to like get to the root cause of any of this shit. But that's not what y'all be doing. Don P, all you wanted to do was shame that woman. So let's take it back to the beginning. So women have to be attractive and attracted to the men for a man to protect her. Women have to be virginal for a man to take her on a date, and women have to be gorgeous for a man to take care of her. Are y'all not seeing? This is all from all these same dudes would agree with each other with everything they say, and I guarantee you, they would all agree with all of that. They all say that same stupid shit. Promise you. So I don't want to hear them as three different. Yep, they three different men. They got the same hive mind. They're using the same talking points. What's the standard for men to get vagina? Take her out on a date? All a man has to do to get vagina is take her out on a date. That's it. All he has to do is take her out on a date, and he is entitled to her body. That's it. All he got to do is pay some bills, and he's entitled to her body in perpetuity, forever and ever and ever. How? I'm just not understanding how are the standards for women so high by her a drink? Not drinks all night, by her a drink. Not even bottle service. And then when she tell you, thank you, let me go back and hang out with my boyfriend, you take the drink and throw it on the ground. Y'all do that shit. Oh, what? You got a boyfriend? Or in her face, goddamn. That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna hold this shit is crazy. I'm watching it like a tennis match. I'm just watching this shit like, this is amazing. This is amazing. Now, y'all want to talk about the standards for mothers? If mothers versus fathers, the standards for mothers versus fathers. Your baby can't even cry around you if you a mama. The babies bet not ever be hungry. If the babies are hungry, you're a terrible mom. If the babies cry, you're a terrible mother. That shit is crazy. Moms, I ain't never seen nobody be in your baby face more than they mamas do. Every day, y'all, I swear. Every day. Look, yesterday, I knew it was gonna happen. Yesterday, I came downstairs during the live. I went to go get a little break, went to go get some water or something. Went downstairs. We got how our living room is set up. We got two couches like on different sides of the room. My wife was on one couch, my son's on another couch. I go upstairs. I clocked it. I was like, that nigga ain't gonna be over there for that long. I go upstairs. I come back downstairs like 20 minutes later. Guess what? That nigga on the couch snuggled up right underneath her feet, on his iPad. She on her phone. They just sitting there. The babies don't nobody be in their babies' faces more than they mamas. That's all I'm saying. How is the standard for mothers? It is ridiculously high. It is ridiculously high. I've seen it on this app. I've seen moms with their babies. They babies start whining, and people be like, "Go get that baby! Call CPS." My baby damn near 5, still trying to do skin to skin. That boy want to feel that warmth. Damn. That's all I be saying. I'm sitting there. The daddies get to come home. The men talking about, well, men, we need a break and da-da-da-da-da. But the women don't get no break. The men get 10,000 breaks. The women get no breaks. Like, come on, y'all. The standards for women are extremely high. Look, the standards for women are so high. Y'all get on this app every day. Y'all get on this app every day and compare, and talk about women are more abusive than men to their children. Mothers are more abusive than their fathers. Not to say women aren't or can't be abusive. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, y'all, because there is a number, there is a stat out there that highlights that in a certain area, women can be or are more abusive to children, mainly more neglectful to children than the men are, right? Not taking in, not you don't look at any other factors. It's just that, like, that stat is a standalone stat in their mind, right? And you will negate all the other abuses of fathers and of men, of children, to highlight this one. Men aren't as abusive because this one stat says men are more abusive. Okay, what does every other metric say about men and fathers? Who is more likely to SA their children? Think about it. Women spend 2-3 times more time with their children than the fathers do. And you know what I'm saying, during childhood. But men are responsible for 95% of SAs, child rapes, things of that nature. Like, so the neglect being abuse, which it is abuse. I don't mind that being considered abuse, but they take that shit to heart. They're not taking anything else into account. If a woman is neglecting her child, it is related to the man. If the woman is neglecting her child, it's because the man ain't there and she got to go do a bunch of shit to go, you know what I'm saying, to maintain a household for the child, for her and the children. So she ends up neglecting the child. Or she might just be burnt out because she's doing the job of two parents. So yeah, that happens. I'm not saying those mothers don't need to try better. I'm not saying those mothers are perfect and you should just excuse that because impact over intent all day long. Them children are being neglected and they're being abused. You got to help them. Dig what I'm saying? We can recognize two things. But in a household or in a situation when women have support, they're not neglecting them fucking babies. Women are not neglecting them babies like that. Y'all got to stop lying. That's crazy. When men do have support, they neglect more. When men have women in the house, they neglect them. That's when men are the most neglectful. We're the most neglectful when we have support. When we don't have support, we do more. A lot of times we step up because nobody's gonna do it. If anything else, you want that baby to shut the hell up. So you gonna make that mac and cheese. You gonna make them dino nuggies. You gonna make them chicky nuggies. You gonna throw that hot pocket in there. You know how men be cooking. Them babies be eating like they eating in the cafeterias. When children be with their daddies, they be eating like they eating at school. They be eating cafeteria food. They be eating straight up cafeteria food. You niggas is diabolical. Not a veggie in sight. Not a fresh fruit in sight. Shit crazy. But when the woman is home, the man is most neglectful. Niggas are fake sleep. Both parents in the bed, baby come in the room crying. The niggas start snoring louder. Men in the bed. Hey, niggas be in the bed on their phones like this. They hear the baby footsteps coming. They put their phone down. Stop. Stop. For real. The standards for women are fucking ridiculously high. Like, I'm not joking. They're off the chain. They're oh so high. They're oh so high. They're oh so high. The standards for mothers is crazy high. The pressure, correct. Why do you think so many women are breaking down mentally? Why do you think so many women try to unalive themselves? Why do you think so many women go seek therapy and go get on meds? Why do you think so many women have autoimmune diseases? The pressure is getting wasa. The pressure is getting wasa for women. For men, not so much. Yeah, men are in a bad spot, but men put themselves in a bad spot. We put ourselves in the bad. Men put ourselves in timeout. Nobody put us in timeout. It's like when people be talking about America's in debt, and a comedian said, in debt to who? The Decepticons? Who are we? What are you talking? Your biggest problem is you, man. Your biggest problem, your biggest hurdle, your biggest obstacle is you. It's you. It's the man in the fucking mirror. When you get up and you get dressed, it's you. You the problem. You're the drama. You're the drama in your relationship. You're the drama in the connection between your kids. You're the problem between you and your manager. You're the issue. You're the drama on Facebook when you make those problematic posts and you get lit up. How you your own op? Ask the nigga. Shit, ask the mens. We are definitely our own op. Shit is crazy. What up, BPG?
And they sitting there like Barney trying to get to the bottom of it. What was that song that Barney used to sing? Was it Knickerbocker? Where it ended with like, who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Like, well, I can't remember what the beginning part of the song is, but that's literally what that made me think of. Like they trying to, they're like Spider-Man in the alley. Like everybody's pointing to the Spider-Man and saying that that's the issue, and they don't even they're not even connecting the dots. I had a conversation with somebody the other day who was having an issue with their kid's father, and the funny part is like their baby was sick for the week, and obviously I'm not saying who for a reason. But the baby was sick for the week, and instead of him checking on the child, he ended the week off going to a party. And the mom, of course, was frustrated because she had been there with the baby. She got sick, like the baby was sick because he got school germs, Baby got sick, so he's coughing all over the house. Then, of course, she gets sick, so she's tired, she's sick, she's taking off work, she's trying to figure stuff out. She's trying to call the dad. The dad is like, oh, well, I missed your call because I was asleep, or I missed your call because blah, blah, blah. Just a bunch of excuses. And then at the end of the week, like, he's frustrated because he's like, see, this is what I'm saying. You're too emotional. You need to go get some therapy for that because you're just too sensitive. You don't get it. Like, he's fine. He's a little kid. He'll be okay. And like, it really, to me, listening to men more and more and watching them behave more and more, it makes me realize how much men are socialized to not be good people. Like, forget being a good dad, forget being a good husband. It's socializing men to not be good people. Because even for me, if I'm not even connected to a child, if I see somebody near me and they struggling, I've had this happen before. I'll see somebody in the grocery store. The lady got a baby down here. This one crying. She got a baby in her arms. She's trying to hurry up and put stuff in the basket. Blah blah blah. She dropping stuff. My natural inclination as a person is gonna go, excuse me, I'm not gonna touch your baby or nothing like that. Can I help you put some of this stuff in the basket? Because you look like you need a little bit of help. Like that's seeing humanity in people. men can not only not see humanity in themselves or in strangers, but even in the people that they help create, they can't see they can't see any form of empathy. Like, and it's really weird. Like, what do you even get out of that?
You get to be left alone.
Oh, that's true.
You get, you know what I'm saying? You get to be left alone. And then when they say be my peace, they don't want the women. The be my peace part comes on the back end of that, where it's like, yeah, so don't question me when I'm over here just fucking chilling.
That's true.
Right? Like when I want to ignore you, damn my eye burn. I want to ignore you and I want to ignore the kids and all of that stuff. Now be my peace and go give me a beer. That's where it comes from.
Give me a beer is crazy.
Well, niggas, they sitting down, they watching the game. What you doing? You ain't doing nothing. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, we're just speaking to that point. Isn't there's some type of social conditioning on individualistic-ism or something like that? Like I'm sure BBG can speak better on the topic, but there's something like that where a theory behind it is that we are socialized to think about ourselves and individualistically instead of socially, because like what you're describing as helping someone that's a social problem, is that she doesn't have enough help or he doesn't have enough help or whoever the person is. But men are conditioned, or society is conditioned to look out for yourself more than your fellow person.
Mm-hmm.
What's in it for me, right? Nothing's in it for you to help that person out the store. So therefore, it doesn't bring any value to me at all to help someone out like that,
That a lot, yeah. Men don't. If there's no reward, if there's no cookie and no nookie involved, niggas ain't about to do it. Unfortunately, men not about to do that shit. The same way that if there's no consequences, men aren't going to change their behaviors. If there's no negative consequences, the craziest thing is men don't want to change our behavior if there's no. They say, oh, we don't change unless there's consequences. There are consequences to becoming a better person. Consequences don't always have to be negative. They don't have to be negative. Right? You get the consequences of your actions, the consequences aren't negative or positive. You know what I mean? They're just consequences. They're the results of whatever behaviors, or whatever actions you done, whatever the consequences are, you live with them. Right?
Yeah, and they also aren't immediate. Like, and I think that's why, like Jeff was saying, there's no benefit in men doing a thing for somebody just to do it. And there usually is. Like, anybody that has spent any time trying to be a decent person, like, you'll have things come back to you. You'll be like, oh, I forgot I ever did that thing. Like, and somebody will come to you and either say something about it, or you'll find out that somebody passed your name around in a room based solely on, like, you did this favor for this person, and now they have burned that in their brains, and they remember that. And when it comes back around to you, you like, oh, I completely forgot about that. Like, when I at my last job, I found out that I had a client who had an issue with I was doing these social videos, and they had an issue with their payment. I worked with them on their payment or whatever, got the video done, got it to them, and then let them, do something on the back end. Literally about maybe 3 or 4 years after the fact, I'm interviewing for a job, and the lady walks in while I'm talking. While I'm about to leave, and the lady walks in while I'm talking to the owner of the company, and she's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just here to interview for this job." Blah blah blah. She turns to the owner and just starts going off about me. Oh my God, she's so amazing. She does incredible work. You got to make sure you hire her. Oh my God, I got to show you what she did for me a couple years ago. She is such a great person, so easy to work. I mean, just going on and on and on. Now, mind you, I haven't seen this lady in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, I had no inclination at all whatsoever that what I did had meant that much to her. But for a lot of men, they want to see immediate gratification. I buy you the drink, you give me the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's
or at least the number.
Or the number.
Or the
relationship,
Mm-hmm.
You have to immediately be nice to me. You have to do the thing for me because I've done this very menial task for you. I've taken you on a date. Okay, now I belong to you. Now you belong to me. I've given you the baby. Now you are indebted to me for life. You are my baby mama. And if a man touches you or does something to you, that's an offense to me because you are my baby mama. Never mind the fact that I got a wife, I got a girlfriend over here, I got women that I'm other women that I'm entertaining, and I'm not none of them are this kid that we made together. But you belong to me now because the exchange is you giving me this thing, and now you are indebted to me. Like that's the process of being male.
Ruby Payne said male flight has come up. They don't want to share public space or the workplace. They say inclusion is discrimination and talk about feminization. Yeah. That's where we're at now. I know we in the last days of capitalism and the patriarchy being the way that it is. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to go away completely, but it's going to get an overhaul soon. Because men are like, it's the language that men is using right now is really funny to me. And I don't mean in a hardy ha way. It's just very odd. I'm like, this is weird. Like a gynocentric society. I'm like, where is this? Where did all of this gynocentrism come from? I wish the society was gynocentric. Maybe we might see more vaginas on TV. And less puss ass niggas. What'd you say?
Why?
I'm just saying, BPG. I'm just saying. Damn. Can a brother dream?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope not. I personally don't. I have one. I see mine all the time. I really don't have a desire to see other ones.
That's you.
I don't.
That's you.
This is not the dream MLK was talking about.
Nah,
this is the one.
This is my dream. Hey man, I'm just saying. If we sliding into a gynocentric society, I'm just saying. With more vaginas on TV, something, man. I don't know whatever y'all gonna do. I want more. Hey, look, you know what I want? I want more. I know this is gonna sound bad. I want to watch women play football.
Wow.
I don't know why I do, because I used to watch the little lingerie league, and not for why y'all think. I used to like them girls used to be out there smacking each other. It was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, damn. You said what?
The ladies deserve a little CTE too. Huh?
They do. I'm just saying, like, hey man, but only women on it. I don't want to see man on it. I want to see like an all female, like all woman female football league. That's what I want. That shit would be. I'd be like, oh, this shit crazy.
I ain't gonna hold you. I used to do the same thing with CrossFit. Like I'm watching all the CrossFit games, women only. The men, you turn it off.
I never watched the men. I never watched the men do CrossFit. That shit boring.
Right, yeah. But
tennis too.
That many? All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Jeff, I watch women's soccer. I watch women's tennis. I don't watch, like, there's a lot of sports that, like, I don't watch the male version of it. I can only watch women compete. I don't watch male gymnastics. I hate male gymnastics. That shit's stupid. And they do incredible things. I can't name one male gymnast. Like, in all of history, I don't know one male gymnast. I know 20 female gymnasts, though. This shit is crazy.
That's the deconstruction. I'm feminist so hard, I don't even support the men's. I don't even support the men's stuff no more.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's never been. It's just certain sports it's just more interesting to watch women do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, the competition is better. It's more intense. I'm like, God, this is dope. Yeah.
But it is that because the misogyny holds a lot of men out of that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I ain't watching women, they bored. Okay, apparently you got a deep-rooted hate for women here. That's your problem because the shit is more interesting. It's more competitive. It's better enjoyable TV to watch or competition to watch. If you're watching it for the competition, then you should watch women's sports.
Yeah. Somebody said, is to watch it to objectify them? No. I got into watching women's tennis when I started watching Venus and Serena. I got it. Same thing. I started watching golf when I watched Tiger Woods. I didn't watch golf before Tiger Woods. I didn't watch tennis before Venus and Serena. So I just gravitated towards watching female tennis. And then I tried to watch like males play, but it just was never as interesting or as entertaining as watching females play. Like the female tennis was just better. It was just more competitive to me. I like the women, the personalities of the women were better. It was just a better. I was like, this is a more fun sport. Watching women's soccer versus men's soccer is fucking. Oh my god. I'm not talking about like Premier League. I'm talking about USA soccer. Women's soccer is so fun to watch. Men's USA soccer, boring. Boring as shit. Don't like no. I'll be watching that shit like, ugh, these motherfuckers is trash.
But you know what though? I think there's a diversity too, though, that, you know, unfortunately patriarchy set it up, but it is something interesting about watching a woman that do something and excel at it when you know that absolutely all of the odds were against her to be able to learn this. Because when you think about seeing women in these spaces, like, you know, for little boys, you know that if they play soccer professionally, if they play football professionally, if they play basketball, they have been doing this since, you know, they probably were like 4 or 5 years old. Like, you know that girls are already sort of behind the curve. So when you see them excel, like, on the one hand, it's like, wow. So she got to really just be on top of her stuff in order for her to even have made it to this space. But the other thing is, and I noticed this with women's basketball, because I do not watch sports. Believe it or not, I am quite traditionally a girly girl. I like pink and sparkles and all of those things. But I noticed this with women's basketball, and I pointed this out to my husband. I'm like, women's basketball is so much more interesting just because of like the beginning part where they show like how they're dressed when they're coming to the game, and then showing the actual game. To me, it is so just like unbelievably crazy that these women will show up to the stadium in like heels, and like some of them have like a little gown on, some of them have like a midi skirt, and you know, some of them, you know, they're a little casual where they have suits on, but like the fashion in and of itself is so vastly different. And then they go on the court and everybody is like, and they hoop the same. It's so interesting and almost scientific to me to watch.
Also speaking of women's basketball, like I don't watch much sports anymore, but I don't really like, I follow the personalities in the WNBA way more than I do in the NBA. They're way more interesting right now than in the NBA. There's not many interesting like storylines in the NBA. There's not many interesting players to me in the NBA. I'm not really like a big fan of anybody in particular. Like I like some players, but I'm not like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was wild. Like I was like, oh man, I like Angel Reese. Like I watch more women's college basketball than I did WNBA. And I was like, oh man, I like Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark. Oh damn, she's good. And then I was like, let me see what they're doing in WNBA. And they get to the WNBA, and I'm like, oh damn, okay, Caitlin kind of getting bullied around, but she nice. And oh, Angel Reese is she be getting bored. You know what I mean? I'm just following the game. Then I'm listening to them talk. And also the women are more articulate. They're just more, I'm just telling you, they make a better, I would say, like a product off the court is more interesting than the NBA is right now. And that could flip-flop. I'm not saying like that's a lock for me, but right now I'm weird. Like I'll be weird. I've always been like that. I've always been like into like the storylines of the game and like getting into the players. And if I don't like the players, I don't really fuck with the game. And I'm like that. That's why I don't watch men's. That's why I don't watch men's tennis. That's why I don't like men's tennis, because it ain't no real male competition. It's no male competition right now where I'm like, oh man, fucking Agassi and Pete Sampras. Like it's none of that right now. It's like bunch of square dudes. I want to see fucking what's his name, Novak Djokovic or whatever his name. I can't stand them. They're annoying as fuck. But the women, Coco and Naomi, I watch them all the time. Like anytime they play, I'm trying to watch them. They the shit.
It's because you're a creative though too. It's partly because you're a creative, but also you like the underdog. Like, and that's what I mean. When you what men's I'll say at least basketball and football is lacking right now is, somebody pointed this out. I don't know whose video it was, but they talked about how a lot of these kids coming into that are drafted as of lately, they just don't have the same level of adversity. Like you got, like LeBron James' son is good, but you have a lot of these kids who are they coming from, a level of privilege. They coming from, they're not coming from a level of adversity that we saw before. And I feel like the same kind of happened, with, and you probably can elaborate more on that, with hip hop, where you have people who, are sort of manufacturing this sort of celebrity where it's created to look a certain way and be a certain way, but it doesn't have that grit and that grind that you used to. Like there is something different people play the game, they do the thing, whatever it is, very differently when they have a hunger for it. Like if you watch Spike's older films and you watch his newer stuff, there's a level of I'm trying to eat so bad that I'm giving you my absolute best creative side because I have to take this shot. When you don't have that level of adversity, to me, it affects the way that you work.
Hey, somebody, hold on. I think they're saying Ice Spice was okay. Never mind. I got it down because I was like, what? I misunderstood. I was finna cackle. I thought she was saying like Ice Spice flipped from like being gritty to, but no, she was saying Ice Spice was manufactured. Yeah, yeah, 100%. I like and the women are, even if she's privileged, the women are underdogs in life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So they always got a little chip on their shoulder. I feel like, and so and also too, I'm a little. I just thought about it too. It might be because in tennis, the two women that I watch are black, and I got in the tennis watching Venus and Serena, and soccer I like Dennis Rodman's daughter. And not because of Dennis Rodman, just because she's fucking sick. She got injured, by the way. That was sad. But yeah, I like, you know what I'm saying? So I end up, I like, it might be because I like, if it's a black woman and she like doing great, I'm going to fuck with it. And in a sport that's typically dominated by white people, if a black man is involved, then I'm gonna fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the F1 Formula 1 for a minute. Like for
what that mean, but it sound official.
The driving league, race car. Yeah, I was in that for a minute because the black dude was dominating. I was like, it's just answered like you said. I think that's what it is, though. It's the underdog story more than anything. I'm like, oh, there's a black dude in here. Okay, I know he getting shitted on. Let me listen to what let me listen to what he's saying about his peers in the interviews afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is it's interesting. It's just I think you identified it. I think that's actually what it is.
It makes it more appealing. That's why people like biopics so much. Because if you already know how the story ends. Like there's no reason for you to watch like Notorious or like a Straight Outta Compton. You know how the movie ends. Like the niggas get famous at the end. One of them on the lives at the end. Like what they do. But the thing is like you'll tune in for the journey. You want to see, okay, I know how the story ends, but I want to see how this character got from point A to point B. What's an added bonus is like, oh, okay, so when they were doing this, like Dr. Dre was doing this part in his basement and he was getting kicked out and he was trying to, sleep in the car, blah, blah, blah. And this is by no means to... No, I know, yeah. I can't stand that nigga, but people tune in for the story. Like they want to see the level of or I'll use Selena as a better example. You like the idea of, you got this family who by all intents and purposes was not supposed to make it, but now they charted all across the world and they've overcome that adversity. That's the part that you want to see. Now, unfortunately, circling back around to your topic, for a lot of men, because of the fact that we are at a point where men are doing way more whining than overcoming. So now you see all these men kind of complaining and you like, look, bro, we live in a male-dominated world. Yeah, you have some things stacked up against you, but the things that you're talking about ain't things stacked up against you. Child support is not stacked up against you.
Yeah.
Going to court for custody is not stacked up against you. Like that's not adversity that you're overcoming. Like you are literally just whining so that you can get out of taking care of your responsibilities.
Yeah. The reason you got to pay so much child support is because you didn't go to court.
I was seeing a guy complain about a woman cheating, and I was like, yeah, a woman taking over in a man-dominated field. I like that. I like that a lot. Now she out here cheating in the man-dominated field.
No, for sure. My Black History Month paper is for sure gonna be on Cardi B. First paragraph, Cardi B. Second paragraph, what's Lori Harvey's mama name? Marjorie Harvey.
Marjorie Harvey.
Page the Gang. Pioneers.
Pioneers, goddamn.
Manifest Destiny. We love to see women that are doing things that are traditionally,
cheat bite.
Dominated.
BPG said cheat bite.
Don't hesitate. Don't drag your feet either. My quiet quitting no more.
Cheat bike is crazy in 2024. But I don't know why. I don't know why I support that shit though. I feel like I shouldn't, but a part of, you know what? It ain't that I support it. That's a lie. I don't support it. You know what it is? I'm indifferent. When women do it, I'm indifferent to it. I'm like, all right.
And it's cause dude, there is no cheat back.
No,
You
once
know,
somebody
so it's
cheats,
like-
no, yeah, I know. Once somebody cheats, it's who gives a fuck? You do
But
whatever
that's
you
the
want to do.
indifference.
Yeah.
Like on the one hand, don't put yourself in a situation where now you got to be involved with somebody else because what you don't want to do is add to the drama. But on the other hand, like
If you want to add to the drama, hey, if you want to add to the drama, that's on you. If you can handle it, like, hey, do your thing. Hey, you want to cheat bike and bring on whatever come with that? Hey, more pop. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't because I'm like, it's too much of a headache. I'm out of there. I ain't that petty. I be feeling like I'm petty white, but I'm not though. I'm not that.
I probably would leave for sure.
I'm leaving. I'm good.
But I mean, Kelly Clarkson said, make a wish, take a chance, make a change. You know what I mean? Maybe cheating back is for you. Maybe he didn't learn. And
I don't think that was the original meaning of that song.
Hey, that's my song though. Hey, hold on, wait. That's my song though. Hey, that's my shit though, low key though. Kelly ate on that one.
I don't think that was the one. That was not the inspiration she was looking for on that one. I don't think that was it. She was talking about graduate high school and stuff.
She was like talking about chase your dreams and like catch it like a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't talking about cheating.
Not going to sit. Not go sit on another fella. That wasn't the point.
Make a wish. Take a chance. Break away. Hey, that's my fucking song, man. That's my shit, man. Bring old Kelly back. Bring old Kelly back, man. That's my shit.
Sometimes that's what it is, though. Like, because some things really don't, like, if you think about it, and it's a case study in and of itself. Like, how many dudes do we get up here wasting our time telling us about the girl that broke their heart in, like, 8th grade? If they can hold on to that from 8th grade at 50, for sure they'll learn the lesson. Like, if you cheat on your wife and she cheats back, you never want to experience that again. Like, you don't want somebody else, like, anywhere near your fetus in utero. So you are going to learn the lesson that, hey, I don't ever want to cheat again because I don't want that coming back on me. Like,
he gonna cheat again. Hey, they said break away and cheat bite. I swear to God, man, the fucking comments stupid.
The interpretation song is wild now. I'm telling you, it's interpretive dance and song over here today.
Jay Wallace said music is subjective.
It is. You put the meaning in there if you want to.
That's the thing about, hey, cause look, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I listen to Sugar Free. I'm a Sugar Free fan. But I apply Sugar Free's logic. I apply his approach to life I apply his approach to women to my life. I don't do it to women, but I do it in my life though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I got it. Okay, I see how this could be applicable to me. You know what I'm saying? And when I be talking, how Sugar Free talk to his subordinates, that's how I talk. That's how I be thinking about niggas that be trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make me break a fingernail, nigga. Like, don't do that. You don't want that. That's how I apply what he says. So that's just my interpretation of his music, though. I know who he talking to. I know who he be talking about. But for me, that's not how I apply it. That's not how I don't apply it to my life in that way. You know what I mean? It don't help me in my relationships with my wife, but it help me deal with these niggas.
Hey, it makes sense. That's why I deeply identify with like mob and gangster movies. Like any one of them you can name, like Paid in Full, Casino. What's the other one that had? It was Goodfellas. I freaking love Goodfellas. The Godfather. What was the one with Beanie Siegel? Dang, what was the one with Beanie Siegel? I cannot think of it. But yeah, all of those.
Oh, Paper Soldiers?
No, it wasn't Paper Soldiers.
No, I'm sorry. That's the one with Kevin Hart. Oh my God, it's the one with The Rock and Jay-Z was in it for 5 seconds doing the tip.
No, State Property.
State Property, yeah. Jay was in that. Jay was in that for like 2. He was in the car. He had the one scene. He was in the car for like 2 seconds, like just real quick. I was like, this nigga.
I like any incentive to go back and watch it, so that's fine. But yeah, I identify with those movies, and not because I identify with with selling candy. It's appealing sometimes because I'm not TikTok rich like the rest of everybody else. Like it do be appealing, but I identified very deeply with what I said, and I look, that's what it is. Like, don't play, like you said, don't play in my face. I'm not repeating myself because you heard me the first time. Like, I meant what I said when I said it, and I like the idea of like just standing firm on what you believe, but also having that deep code of ethics. Like the ethics is backwards for them at least, but having a deep code of ethics that you don't, by any means go against. And I think that's the part that, that's the most appealing part to me. It's very backwards, but hey, that's what I get from it.
And but the thing I be getting from it, the thing I got from all them gangster movies is all them niggas a snitch.
That's true.
All them niggas will fuck your girl behind your back. That's what I learned from that shit. That's what I learned from it.
They will.
That's what I learned. I was like, okay, so there ain't no code of ethics. Got it. They say it's a code of ethics, but they don't actually follow it. They want you to follow the code of ethics, but they won't. Okay, I got it. Okay, that's what I learned about me. I learned that shit a long time ago. I was like, all these niggas always going behind each other because there wouldn't be no drama.
Yeah.
Where would the drama come from? If the men's actually followed the code of ethics, there would never be any drama. But the whole movie be because niggas wasn't following the code. They broke the code the whole fucking time.
Well, the drama also is the one dude that kept up with the code of ethics is usually the first one to either end up going to jail or get them unalived.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
People that are ever actually loyal in the movies, and the only one where it wasn't the case was Casino. But the women are the ones that are the most loyal. Like, and the crazy part is when we talk about using discernment and all this other garbage. Like I said, Casino was the only one where it wasn't, but the lady was literally a SW when the man got her, and he tried to make her into a stay-at-home, cookie cutter wife and mom, and she made the arrangement. Like, she told him in the beginning when they got married, this is an arrangement, after so many years, I get this much. If I have a baby, I get this much. Like, the whole thing was arranged. But with him, somehow he felt betrayed because she stuck to what it was she was saying. Like, she never wanted him. She never wanted to be with him. And he was upset about the arrangement and then changed the course of what happened. And I think that that's what happens with a lot of dudes. They love the idea of the code of conduct until it applies to everybody, including them. And then they start breaking the code because they don't think it's fair anymore because the rules that applied in the beginning don't feel as fair in the end when you got to start splitting up the ante.
Facts. That's real. That's how them niggas always do it. They always start off with like, here's the rules, and then they break the rule. Rule number 1, don't do da-da-da-da-da. And then they break rule number 1. I'm like, nigga, if y'all ever seen it's one of my favorite movies. It's called The Sword and the Stone. It's a Disney movie. Oh, from like the 50s. You said what?
The Sword and the Stone is great.
The Sword and the Stone, one of my favorite childhood movies. Love them. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes too. It's a fucking beautiful movie. But Sword and the Stone, remember at the end when the two wizards start fighting, and the female wizard and the male wizard, they start fighting, and she set all the rules at the beginning, and as soon as they got to fight, she broke the rule right off the bat. She was like, and no eye gouging, and no turning into snakes, lizards, dragons, and that she broke every single fucking rule in the Madam Mim. Yup, y'all know what it is. I knew I was in the right room. That's my shit, man. I can't wait till my baby like that movie. He's starting to get into them type of movies a little. When the kids now don't like them old, they can't sit through them old movies. They be like, oh my God, it looks old. But he now starting to calm his brain down a little bit, and he's starting to like follow the stories. So I'm hoping.
That's because y'all had that revisionist history. Y'all didn't actually like them movies as a kid. Sword and Stone is one of the movies that your mama or your grandma buy from Blockbuster because if you buy the 5th movie, it's free with the rental. So you end up having Sword and Stone on tape. and you watch it and you get into it. To me, it's like it's like that movie Fly Away Home. Like either you know the movie or you don't, because of the fact that at Blockbuster you could get the little deal where you could rent so many movies, and that was the fourth one. Yeah.
I'm old. What are you talking? Them was the movie. My movies look like that movie when I was.
I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm saying how you got introduced to it.
It was just a movie. Just back in the day, it ain't like now. Obviously, where we got every single fucking movie at our disposal. It was, of course, it wasn't like that. It was like literally, it was just like I saw the movie. I think I saw it on TV, and then I was like, oh, I like that movie. And then I told my mom, and then she was like, okay, she bought it for me, and I had the movie, and I watched it like every day for years. Like I watched it like all the time. I was, you know what I mean? I'm weird. Like I watch the same movies over and over again. So I watched that movie like all the time. And yeah, that was just I love Pinocchio. I love the old, I used to love all the old Disney movies. What's the other movie? The one where they were, the Swiss Family Robinson. Yeah, all the old movies when, what's his name was a little kid back when he was with Disney, when he was a little kid, Kurt Russell. I think when Kurt Russell was a kid, Kurt Russell was a child star for Disney, and he did a bunch of Disney movies. I used to like all his movies, like Willow, Never Ending Story. But that was like,
I watched Willow like crazy.
But that came out when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the one with a young Tom Cruise. It was like Willow.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was like Willow. It was one with a young Tom Cruise.
One of those, like fantasy.
Legend. There you go, Pink Lotus. Legend shit. Yeah, all that shit. I used to watch all that type of shit. That was my shit. But I liked all those old Disney movies.
I just want to say how's it feel, BBG, to be having 5 movies at the same time for Blockbuster? That was you had to come here and flex on us like that. 5 movies. 5 free. I didn't even know that. I learned that today in 2024. You could get 5 whole movies at the block. I thought it was. My mom always said it was a limit on it. You could only get 1 for the adults and 1 for the kids. That's all. That was it.
You didn't want to know how we was getting that 4th free movie. The crazy part is like because my dad would frequent the section in the back with the curtain.
Oh,
yeah.
And he would buy enough where every so often
at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
They had them at Blockbuster. I never knew that.
Yes. It was a little section in the back with the curtain. Because I got in trouble one time because I went back there looking for him, trying to figure out where he was, and he was back there with the back curtain. But he was buying them literally so often that they would be giving him like coupons because it's still technically, a movie. Like so he was getting coupons, and he would get the coupons, and then we would go in and buy. It wasn't until I was like a little bit older that I realized what the heck was going on, that this man was in there buying that much.
I ain't gonna hold you. That you would get that 4th movie. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. If you put, I wouldn't touch none of them movies. If you put a black light on them movies, the motherfuckers will shine bright like a diamond. Put a black light on them movies.
Well, he would bootleg his, so he would go home record them. Because one time he accidentally recorded it over what was that? Bug's Life. My sister went to go watch a Bug's Life.
Oh no.
And it was straight movie.
A Butt's Life.
and then he got on a Butt's Life. Look, anybody in the comments that's under 30, we're talking about VHSs. We ain't talking about DVDs where you could record them. You could record them at home. You had to double stack the VCR. Okay, we talking about that type of. We on that type of time over here. Yeah. But not
Howard the Dick. Yeah. He taped over Howard the Duck. This shit was Howard the Dick.
Ass in Wonderland.
Ass in Wonderland. Crazy, man.
And it traumatized you as a kid. You thinking you just about to watch, a little cartoon. You put that tape in, rewind it, because you got to wait till forever for it to rewind. And then all you see is like music, moving, and hair.
Yeah. Not Homeward Dome.
Poor yelling. Yeah, man. This shit is crazy, man. It's a wicked world we live in these days. We was on.
These days, that was back in the day.
I hated DVDs that didn't have no writing on the outside of them.
Remember, you gotta have a book though. You gotta have the little DVD book that had all the DVDs with the names written on them.
But some of them you forget to write the name. My ADHD ass wouldn't. I set the shit down, record it, and set it down, and forget to write on there, and put it in the CD player or whatever. Put it in the DVD player. I'd be scared as hell to put that motherfucker in the DVD player. Like, damn, what is? I'll be staring at that motherfucker for 20 minutes, thinking I'm gonna fucking figure it out through like telekinesis or something. Like, what's on this bitch? What's on that motherfucker?
First play with it if it's other people in the room.
Hell no.
With that one.
Hey, what's this, man? You want nah.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the thing when somebody question you and you forget. Oh, what's it? No, that's tomorrow's time. That ain't today. Don't even worry about that. That's something else.
Only if the homies was in the room.
Tell you how bad it was. I went to school one time and this boy was in my class. I can't remember the name of that dude who was a porn star, but he was singing the theme song for the Apple Booty DVD.
Oh.
And he was like singing the song, and I looked at him and I started singing it too. And it wasn't until like maybe we got a little bit into the song before we both just stopped and looked at each other and realized like why we both know this song.
I know that boy got excited. He was like, "Oh, she a super freak."
Like what is happening right now?
That boy said, "And we're brothers. We're having and singing in the color."
Like, wait, why do you know this? Like, why do you know this?
Y'all was pointing at each other like Spider-Man for real. Wait a minute. That's diabolical. For teens, if a teen girl knew anything, I'd be like, girls watch that too.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. I was in like the 10th grade. He was very shocked. He was extremely shocked.
Shocked and aroused. That's what it definitely in that order.
It is what it is. I had a boyfriend at the time anyway, so
that don't matter to none of them little boys. Niggas don't care.
I already know that.
He gonna go home and dream about you.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What? You can't do nothing about it.
I know that.
What can you do?
Trust me, I know that. And then the funny part is like even with all that I knew, because of how I was shaped in high school, trigger warning to myself.
Ouch.
I used to wear pink a lot, and I thought that the reason why boys were calling me Pinky was because I wore pink a lot. And it took until maybe I was 2 or 3 years out of high school before I realized like them niggas was not calling me no doggone Pinky because I wore pink all the time.
They was calling you the star, yeah.
Right.
The OG. Hey, shout out to the triple OG Pinky, man. We salute you. We appreciate your service.
Yeah, I was traumatized like 2 or 3 years after the fact. I'm like, wait a minute.
No Pinky slander.
For like 6 months. So it wasn't like a, one-off thing. Like every single day for 6 or 7 months, I wore pink. So, I mean, it fit, but even still, I'm like, these niggas is calling me this because of my booty. Wow, thank you.
That's good. You didn't even know. You're like, oh, pink. Yes, pink. Yay. Yay, pink. Oh, you like my wristbands?
Terrifying.
I don't know why I just got a vision of you looking like that girl that came up with that dance to the do you want me? Do you wanna hurt me like that? That's what I think you was looking like. Getting ready for school in your pink. You thought
I did think I was killing it though. I had my trucker hat on.
a trucker, yeah.
Yeah. I had the pink trucker. The ear.
Yeah, you was on that time.
Definitely. The more you talk about it, you definitely was more.
I was the girl in the little short baby fat coat with the low rider pants on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you was in high school during that time? That's crazy.
I was, people don't like to use this term, but I don't know any way to describe it. I was fast as hell in high school. I wanted to be sexy so bad, and that was my MO, to have my boobs out, to have my back out. Back when I had a good back, I had my back out.
A good back is crazy. Wait, what's a good back?
When you young, only women can understand it. Like when you young, your body, like, it's not that even if you don't get like it's substantially bigger, it's something about you that just makes you like smoother and naturally slimmer. Like I don't know a woman that don't look back at her high school pictures and be like, I thought I was fat back then, and I was not. I was not big back then at all whatsoever. Especially for our generation, because a lot of the thick girlies was considered like fat back then, and I was one of them girls that people considered like, hey, you are bigger, but I wasn't actually bigger. Like I was like a 24, 36, 38 or some garbage like that. So no, I wasn't fat. I just had a big booty and big boobs. So,
I don't know these numbers. I don't know. Like I got them. I know where you're measuring, but I don't even know how to. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that looks like. Like I'm sure that women know that. I don't know what that shit look like. But I get the message. I know what you're saying though. Yeah, you was thicker, and they was like, oh, she fat. But you look at it now, you like, if I look like that now, nigga. Like,
no. Give me that bag. Give me that bag.
Get your good back bike. Yeah. What the hell was that, nigga? Who was? Wait a minute. Where was you at? You at? Jeff, what the fuck was that?
Y'all hear my chickens and stuff?
Oh, okay. I was like, who the fuck was that? That sounded like somebody saying, "Yeah." That boy Rooster yelled at him. That Rooster said, "Yeah, Trick."
Right. I ain't never heard a chicken with a man voice. That's crazy.
Yo, Rooster really from the country. Osa said, my son said, "What's that on your back? What's that on your back?" I said, "Rolls." Why he say he wants some too? Why you want rolls? Are you what? Like Hawaiian rolls? What kind of rolls he wanted? Yeah, don't talk to little kids about like bodies and shit. Like them niggas, just, little kids will tell you anything.
They absolutely will.
Don't listen. I don't listen to my son about nothing when it comes to that shit. Fashion. I don't listen. He don't know nothing.
Because they'll try to embarrass you. That's why kids like to humble you, and I think that they know it.
Not my son. I think my son. I don't know. I'm not listening to nobody that go to school every day with snot on his shirt. Like, you're not about to tell me about fashion. Like, maybe when you get older. Maybe when you get older, son. This nigga get up, get dressed, and then by the time he leave, he got a glob of snot on his shirt. I got to tell him wash the shirt. Man, go in there, wipe that shit off. Damn.
That makes me feel better as a mother, because my son is always trying to leave the house. Always ashy. He always wants to be. Both of the boys always want to be ashy. And for some reason, whenever they eat breakfast, they always have to eat something that involves something that's red and stained. Now, I don't care if we make grape Kool-Aid. I don't care if it's just water. For some odd reason, they find something somewhere that makes a red stain right before it's time to leave for school.
That's terrible. Yeah, them niggas is, I don't know, man. I just gave up. I used to try to keep them clean. I used to iron their clothes and shit. I was like, I ain't do. When I said, look, I care when you care.
There you go.
I don't care if you go to school and they not roasting you for that, cause he be at school and all the girls love my baby and they be hugging him and I'm like, this nigga Snoop shoes, he dusty. For all intents, the girls ain't got. I mean, they got a good one. He good. Yes, they see what's on the inside. That's what I'm saying. The girls got the discernment, but he a dusty on the outside though. He a dirty, no doubt about it. Shoelaces. He don't never had the tips on his shoelaces because he don't never keep his shoes tied. He just a nice area. But this fool yesterday he made me spray his hair, put the blue spray in his hair. And then I gave him one of my old chains. Nigga threw a chain on, and he threw a blazer on. Everything was wrinkled. Everything was wrinkled. Blazer was wrinkled. Shirt was wrinkled. Pants was wrinkled.
He was happy.
Dirt shirt had spots on it, like confetti blew up on it, but it was clean when he put it on. By the time he left, pants had little dust balls on it. Shoes dirty as fuck. Nigga went to school. You know what I'm saying? All the friends. Oh, I like the way you look, Lennox.
Okay.
I said, hey man, you know.
If it work, it work. I mean, I've given up on cause my husband is a sneakerhead. I am a semi-sneakerhead, but I've given up on the idea of my kids being able to, fit the aesthetic that I have. Because they don't want to clean their shoes. They don't want to keep up with their shoes.
Hell no.
They wear one pair. I don't care how many I buy. They wear their favorite pair. That's it. They gonna wear them to the soles is leaning, literally till I gotta sneak and throw them out. Like my son, I'm looking at a pair of my son's shoes. I'm glad I mentioned that I gotta secretly throw away when he go to school, because if I don't get rid of them, he's going to try to sneak and wear them again. It's over. It's a wrap. Until they want to do better, I'm not spending a whole lot of money on shoes for these people.
I ain't doing it. I'll buy my son one pair of shoes at a time. He got his cleats and shit for sports. He get one pair of shoes at a time.
That's the name of the game.
He gonna fuck him up. He only 8. We grew up. I think we grew up faster because we was like wayward children. So we had to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely.
About stuff like that because you was outside.
Definitely by the 3rd grade, I was like, yeah, I had to be fitted. Like I was, you know what I mean? Like I was going shopping with my mama. I wasn't letting her go shop for me no more. I was like, nah, we going together. We are definitely going together. I was at JC's Penney's picking out the finest Levi's. You know what I'm saying? I was not, you know what I mean? Like we was not, I was not letting that shit slide. I remember I had got a little fly ass, I had got this little fly shirt. It was a little t-shirt with a hood on it. Why would a t-shirt short sleeve have a hood on it? I don't know. Had a drawstring. Man, I must have went in there. I got a little fly ass. I threw that shit on. I had these little blue Levi's. I threw them on. Had a little crispy pair of Nikes. I knew I was the flyest nigga at school. And I had got it on I had got the whole fit during spring break, and I got my ears pierced. 3rd grade. Yeah, man. It was a wrap. My whole life, my whole life was different. That shit was like winning the lottery for me.
It was a different time. Like you said, when you gotta grow up fast, you think about things much differently than, for sure, our kids think. Because I be looking at my kids like, sometimes I feel like y'all ain't got enough adversity because some things just don't click. Like I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this to you. Yep. But like you said, your appearance was a part of it. And I remember being probably in maybe 4th or 5th grade and picking out, that's when Mary J. Blige was into the leather. And I had the 2-piece leather outfit. Oh my God, it was amazing. I had some fresh. Was it K-Swiss? It was either K-Swiss or Air Force Ones. I think it was K-Swiss. I don't think K-Swiss was out of style yet. But I had some fresh, clean, white K-Swiss and a baby blue. The top was a leather snakeskin something, and the bottom pants to match. Went and bought me a bunch of Crunch jeans. And you really couldn't tell me much. There was not much that you could tell me.
Nigel said, little boys ask me if I'm a boy because of my hair. I'm tired of being a bigger person. Fight back. I give you permission. I'll be that's what happened. That shit happened to me today with my son. That fool did 2 things. He knocked over his dresser and then was screaming for his mom. And then I was already upstairs. She was downstairs. I would go in the room. I'm like, what happened? And then he started telling me what happened. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, go clean that shit up. What is you doing? And I had to walk him through, what to do. And I was just annoyed because I'm like, you acting like it was a catastrophe. It was just literally just the drawers all went on the ground. and then like a few things fell off the top. That was it. And I didn't do it. I just sat there and was like, pick the dresser up. And then he couldn't do it. He moved stuff from the bottom. He put the dresser down. Then I was like, put the drawers back in it. And then he put the drawers back in, and he was like, not understand how to put the last. I'm like, stand in front of it and pick it up. And then he did it. And okay. And then I was like, pick the stuff up off the ground. He picked the, you know what I mean? I'm like, why are you acting like that? But it's just because whenever he get in trouble, Mom, Dad, and we come in, I'm like, nah, I'm tired of that shit, man. You gonna do it. You gonna do it today. You gonna do it.
And it does. You know, there is a very interesting paradigm that happens when you effectively protect your kids and care for them, where you do get to the point where you realize, like, wait a minute, okay, I'm skipping some parts here because I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel comfortable coming to me and asking me for help, but also pick up your dresser, because when I was your age, like I was full blown painting and doing drywall when I was 8. Like full out with the little, you know, my sister had to grab one side, no suction cups like all these dudes be using on TikTok and stuff. No, like you grab one end, your sister grab the other end, you make sure that you don't jack up the wall trying to carry it. But like you're literally lifting the wall, hammering it in, you know, sometimes with stupid finishing nails, which is a whole other thing. But yeah, literally doing drywall, mudding, taping, spackling, painting, all of those things. Building toy chests, because that was my daddy's punishment at some point for us when we would get in trouble, is you gotta build something. Like, and my kids, I had to argue with my daughter a couple of weeks ago because I'm trying to teach her. She wanted boiled eggs for whatever reason, and she was like flustered at having to touch the stove. And I'm like, what? Hold on, wait a minute. I skipped a step, because you should know this. And I feel like I've taught you this, but why is this so much?
Because you do it all the time. And that's and yeah, I had said that today, and I got a lot of pushback for saying, like, I feel like my baby might be a little coddled. And it was like, no, he's not. And I was like,
yeah, sometimes you gotta accept that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I had a conversation with my husband and told him, like, we are at the point now where we transitioning, where we do got to teach these kids like how to be able to survive if we're not here. Like they got to be like, I get being there for them and, you know, protecting them and all of that stuff, but we have to kind of start to navigate towards like, okay, how do you survive if you don't have your parents? If there's a crisis happening, what do you think about doing before, you know what I mean, before your first step is to call your parents? Like, you got to figure out some kind of way how to get out of this.
Facts. They don't be knowing. Jeff, what was you about to say, man?
No, I just agree with this conversation. It's a tough road to hoe in between like the life skills that we learned because of different traumas that we had to go through, and then making sure that our kids don't endure that same generational trauma, but preparing them for a life by themselves. It's a difficult, you know, kind of balancing act, right? If you don't want to go too hard one way or the other way.
That's facts. Hey, man, I got to get off of this live pretty soon. I got to go to the meeting. I have to go to a meeting at 11 o'clock. But definitely, I'm gonna spend the block later. Maybe.
That's perfect, because Mello was about to start giving parenting advice in the comments.
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks, Mello. Thank you. I appreciate y'all coming up, man. Mello, thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I don't need nary advice from a Mello. Mm-hmm. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you for saying teach your kids how to be responsible starting at an early age. I mean, yeah. We've always been trying to teach our kid how to be responsible, but it's how much responsibility should be delegated to a small child. That's what you're not understanding. We all are teaching our kids to be responsible. It's just at what age where are the markers? Where are the markers? That's the thing. Is it by 8 they should be able to make breakfast, or is it by 10, or is it by 5 they should be able to get themselves clean completely? Is it by 11 they should be able to wash dishes? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know the age. Who knows? Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Real quick, the promise tea. Where the offset?
Hey, you know these niggas be scared.
Because I really want to hear this, because I feel like it is even a thing amongst women. How they categorize a good man is based on the shit that they man don't do, which is the bare minimum.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Like, they be like, yo man wash dishes. My man ain't, you lucky my man ain't never washed no dishes. Child, you complaining, that's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Wet, like shit like that. So I think it's, even from a pick-me standpoint, this is definitely tea. But the way that dude in that video, you could tell he was picked over. Like, you could tell he don't get women.
Which one?
The bright skin one with the curly kid. The bright skin one with the curly kid that said they don't deserve protection.
Oh, the fat dude.
Yeah.
D-Flow. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can tell he don't get women, and he's one of the ones that be spewing that red pill vitriol because he don't get women. Like, you can tell this curly kid is nuts. Yeah, it's a curly kid. But we're seeing more and more of that because of the quote lonely man epidemic, because you didn't get what you thought you deserved as a man, which was a wife slave, somebody who's gonna submit, a submissive provider. Like, you didn't get that, which was like promised to you by the patriarchy, and now you go online talking about women don't deserve protection because they not giving
They're not submitting.
You know,
yeah, they're not submitting.
Yeah, we need to run that. And Mello, bring your big back bell pepper shake brisket back ass over here later, and bring some ops with you, bitch.
Peace out. Oh my God, man. Paying bills is a little excessive, but they will know how to pay bills by the age of 16. I don't know. I'm gonna teach my kids how to pay the bills like how I pay my bills. Auto pay, nigga. In 2024, why am I wasting time paying bills? What the fuck? Auto pay. Everything on auto pay. Rent, everything but food and gas. Auto pay. Car payment, whatever. What's the insurance? I pay once a year. Auto pay. Auto pay. Everything is on auto pay, sir. Everything. That shit's too easy. Download the app, sir. You want to pay your car note? Download the app. You can set it up in here. Auto pay. Now, you got to make sure you always got money in your account. That's a whole different story. It's a lot of broke people. They don't, you know what I'm saying? When you broke, it's hard to keep that money in your account. So, you know, auto pay be fucking y'all up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? That's a different thing. That's a different thing for a different day. But I just throw everything on auto pay. Set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. I'm just like, get your cheese, brother. I'm out here teaching that nigga how to get to that bag. That's about it. Shit sound like a cat moaning. You can't do auto pay. I feel you. Auto pay for everybody. Don't get me wrong, but that's how I'm teaching my son how to do it. Auto pay. If you can't afford to put all your bills on auto pay, son, you need to get rid of some of them bills. You need to. Oh man, I know, Auntie. I'm not. This is not for everybody. I'm saying this is how I'm teaching my son. I'm telling him like, nigga, auto pay. Like, what the fuck? And they ain't gonna never be worried about no damn. That boy going to. That boy about to go to. That boy about to go to high school, to college, to a job. He ain't gonna never. Fuck, you got to worry about. No, auto pay is definitely a luxury. I know that. I'm saying for my son though, not for everybody. I'm not. I don't have to. He was saying teach my son how to pay bills. I don't fuck. I teach my son how to pay bills. Auto pay. Download the app. You'll figure it out. Get that Chase app. Get that Bank of America app. Wherever you banking, set it up. You good. How you auto pay late every time? What? How you auto paying late? That's crazy. You can't be auto paying late, Logic. You forgot you had your thing on auto pay? Oh man. Yeah. I don't even know. Hey, y'all about to laugh at me. I don't know how much my car payment is. So I got I'm like a bunch of months ahead. I seen my statement because they send you like an email or whatever. I think I'm like 4 months ahead or so. They be like, oh, you don't have to pay until I don't have to pay until like 2025. They said on my thing, it'd be like, they be like, oh, yo, whatever. I don't know how much. No, it ain't I don't know. I'm fucking dumb. I don't know. I forgot how much it was when I got it, and I was paying whatever it was. So something happened, and I didn't I traded in the car that I had, and I had got like a big lump sum of money from the trade in. I got like $4,000, I want to say. So I took the money, but I got it after I had bought the car. It was happening within days or whatever. Like the check wasn't going to clear for a few days, but I had to buy the car because the dealership was sitting on the car for like 2 weeks already. So it was like a whole thing. So I had to buy the car before I had the cash. And I bought the car, and then I put the money down after the fact. So it was like a balloon payment, and I never, so I think my payment was like, I just don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was supposed to be, but like with that payment, it was supposed to, with that balloon payment, low key, it was supposed to like make it lower because it's a lease. So I didn't, you know what I mean? So it's supposed to like lower the payment. And then I forgot how much the payment was one time, and I got scared because I didn't know if it was like coming up on the time when the balloon payment would like run out. So I just started paying more than what the payment was just so I don't mess it up. And then like 4 or 5 months later, I just caught an email when it took the money out, and I checked it, and it said like till 2020. It was like, oh, you don't have to pay until February 2025. And I was like, what is my fucking, like, I didn't even check it at that time, but I was like, I don't care. I've been paying this payment this whole time. But I think my like real payment is, I think my real car note is like 515 or 5. It's 5 something. I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. Open my purse. I do every day. It's crazy. No, it's not a Bianca. It's a lease, so it doesn't go to. There's no principal. You just I have 36 payments, and I think I'm like 5 or 6 payments ahead or something like that because of that big ass lump sum that I did earlier. So that knocked it down for like shit. I was probably like a year worth of payments, if not more. Yeah. It was probably like close to a year of payments, and then I was just still making payments or whatever, and I was paying less. And then I thought I didn't know what the timing was, and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna pay, and I didn't remember what my payment was, so I just started paying like 5, so like 550 or whatever it was. And then they were like, oh, and then I just saw like last month, it was like, you don't have to pay until February 2025. And I was like, damn, How did that happen? How about that still that far ahead? I thought I should already be caught up. That's what that was the confusion. So yeah, if you do that on Alicia's FYI, if you put down like whatever $1,000, you're still responsible for the same payments. It doesn't matter if you pay, you know what I'm saying? If you lease a car and you don't put money down, or you're still responsible for the same amount of money throughout the duration of the lease. So if you know what I'm saying, if you get like $2,000 or something like that at one point in time, you just want to put it on the lease, you can just put it on the lease. You'll just pay your lease down faster. And then you know, like for the last 3 or 4 months, you won't have any payment or whatever it is. And then you can trade the car in whenever you want to. So yeah. Asia, you sell cars? Yeah, I sold cars for a long time too. My first paid off car lasted about 20 years. Honda's like, oh, damn, that's good. Shit. But when you buy, you keep your car. Yeah, I know. I'm not interested in owning a car. There's no car I want to own for longer than 3 years. There's not one car I can think of where I'm like, yeah, I gotta have that. Yeah, I got good credit. Shit, I didn't have good credit for a long time, but now I got good credit. I've had good credit for like 10 years, but I didn't have it for a long time. First and last time. Damn. A car? An old school collector's car? No. Well, I got a car that I want, but I can't afford it. And I wouldn't buy it if I had the money to buy it. I would think it, like, that's the conundrum I'm in. There's a car that I want, but it's an old car. It's an old Benz. I told y'all it's like that Benz that's in Trading Places, but it's like $100,000 vehicle, and I don't. But if I had the money to buy it comfortably, I wouldn't want to buy it by that point. I wouldn't care. What up?
Quick question, because I gotta make a quick call.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna need another. Of course, I just got that truck back in April, but I'm gonna need another truck when I had this third baby. I need a third row. What you recommend? I ain't getting no motherfucking minivan, so don't even say that.
What you gonna do with the vehicle you have?
I have the Lincoln Nautilus, but it doesn't have a third row.
I know. I'm saying
it'll be the next Lincoln up, which is like
But what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it though?
Trade it.
And you just got it in April?
Nigga, I'm like you. I don't keep a car, but well, shit, 15 to 24 months. But
when is the lease up?
I don't have. It's not a lease. I finished.
Oh, what are you doing? What's going on here? What are you talking about? Don't do that.
But I've done that, and I got good credit.
I'm not saying your credit is bad. I'm just saying you wasting a lot of money. Don't do that.
Okay, but if I get this final car, so this when I graduate, we want to try for baby number 3.
Okay.
And this final car, I want to keep it.
Okay.
Hey, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
I ain't got negative equity. Listen, they took care of all that at Lincoln, baby.
No, you do. You do. If you traded it, if you trade in your car,
I got full value of what my Camry was worth. They
got you.
Plus $5,000.
Yeah, I'm saying
they took care of me.
No. I'm saying like there.
This car.
Yeah, with this car, if you traded it in right now or whatever, like within it, like you don't start catching up usually until like year 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? If you got like a 72 month loan, you don't start really catching up until month like 60. That's when you like, all right, like now if I trade it in, I might have some equity or I might be close to breaking, or something like that. But it's like, yeah, you might like you're gonna have to wait a little while. But yeah, you talking about in a year, you know what I mean? Like, so you gonna be around that time by the time you get there.
Because I won't be doing clinicals until next fall. And then once I'm done with clinicals, I'm done. So that's why I'm going to keep it for like 2 years. The longest thing I had was I leased the RAV, and I leased it for 3 years. So I went from the RAV to the Camry.
Yeah.
And when I traded it in, I got full value on my Camry because I had the fully loaded, the sports edition. Anyways, the brand new one. Long story short, I got a really good deal on this car. Yeah. But I know 3 car seats across, I'm not going to be able to
fit it in there.
Yeah. Safely.
I think you probably can. But oh no, you probably would have not car seats. It would have to be a booster. You can do a booster, but not.
Well, see, Gigi's still in a high back. Gian about to be in a convertible. And if I put an infant seat in there with a base, that's gonna be too much.
Yeah, because I've done it. Yeah, you could do it if you got like two if you got two boosters or a booster and two. I can't remember. In a normal car you can, but 3 car seats, nah, you're not gonna be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some nice third row. I'm cheap. I'm a cheap motherfucker. So
I'm screaming.
Yeah, when it comes to cars, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm a cheap buyer. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy a car, you're gonna own it for, like you saying, it's gonna be your last car. You might as well get a fucking Toyota Highlander or whatever. They got like an XL Toyota Highlander. Like that's the only brand of vehicle that I would buy and own for like I'm gonna buy this car and I'm gonna own it in Honda. You know what I'm saying? Like those that's it. I would never ever buy like any other brand of vehicle and like own it.
See, that's what I was thinking. Because I looked at the Highlander before I got this truck, because I was, just looking to somebody talking about the minivans go fast. Listen, I'm with you when you're right, but I'm just not no minivan girl. Okay, I'm a bad bitch with an SUV, popping my car seat and stuff out with one hand. Okay,
hey,
it's a different type of energy.
Them Toyota Siennas them shits is like, my dream is to own a Sprinter van, low key, but I don't know what you talk about. I didn't know you talk about cool. I don't care about cool points. I care about the shit being nice, the shit being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the vans they look cool. It's just a minivan, but who cares? The shit look tight. Who you trying to impress?
The mammies at the PTO, period.
I know, but when you pull up in your Sienna, they're gonna be jealous. They're gonna be like, damn, that's nice.
I'm screaming.
That shit clean.
Listen, my baby is the only BLK student at her school, and I just want to shit on the PTO moms, because they be looking at me like, what you doing here?
Get a Sienna. $55,000. You can get one. You be shitting on them. You get a $55,000 Sienna, and it's a hybrid. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, trust me. That shit.
I can take a look, but I was just, like I said, just kind of thinking about it, because I've been talking about this baby number 3 for a long time, but I want to plan.
Yeah. Only that I would only, if you asking me, that's what I tell you, I'm always gonna err on the side of caution. The only vehicle that I would buy, I would lease any vehicle. I don't give a fuck. I'll lease the shittiest vehicle. I don't care, right? Because it's gonna be covered under lease, under warranty, and I only got it for 2 or 3 years. I would never ever buy any other brand outside of a Toyota or a Honda new. Pre-owned is different too, right? That's a different story. But a new vehicle, so I got to get bang for my buck. I got to drive for 10 years for it to actually make sense financially to buy the vehicle, right? The only vehicle that I would buy is a Toyota or a Honda, and not even every Honda. Those are the only vehicles that I would even get. I wouldn't think about buying nothing else. Long term, nothing else. I wouldn't buy a Kia.
I haven't looked at the new Odyssey, but I guess I can look at it again.
No, the Siennas is the shit. I'll take a Sienna over a Odyssey any day. Any day of the week, Sienna's the shit.
My cousin had her 92 Odyssey for her kids were grown. By the time she sold it, it had like over 500,000 miles on it. It was still on the road.
Mm-hmm. That's what they run.
When she had the twins, like literally.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, Toyota all day long. I'm not doing no. Chi said Palisade. Absolutely not. Never.
See, them Palisades, them engines blowing up in them Palisades. Somebody Palisade just burned up a couple months ago.
I'm not doing Hyundai. I'm not doing Kia. I'm not doing Subaru. I'm not doing anything American. Don't even look at me. I'm not doing an Explorer. None of that shit. Hell no. I'm doing a Toyota. I'll do a Highlander. I'll do the Grand Highlander or whatever it's called. The Land Cruisers is crazy. Land Cruisers crazy. I'll do a Lexus. That's the only luxury car I would buy too. I wouldn't buy a Mercedes. I wouldn't buy I would only buy.
Lexus got a new truck that looks like a Range Rover.
Yeah. It's not. That's the Land. What's it called? Is it the Land Cruiser? No, the Land Cruiser is the big one.
I think so, but it's my neighbor. They building a house, so he's staying down the hall from me for like 8 months. But he just got it. That shit, it's nice. I ain't never been that sick over but I don't think it got a third row.
It doesn't, and they're real little on the inside.
Oh man, but it's so clean, and then he got that milky gray color, like it's so pretty.
Nissans I would stay away from. I would never buy a Nissan.
Yeah,
like I said, I would lease any car. I want to be clear. I would lease any car. The next car, I'm about to lease another car. I don't know what. I'm thinking about whatever the fuck. I don't even care. I might do a little Lexus. I might do a little, I don't know. Or a Beamer. I'm not going to do it. That, I'm never fucking with Tesla. The cars are just built.
You don't like the capitalistic greed.
No, they are capitalists. But I just don't like Teslas because they built cheaply. They're like the most, you got to think. Tesla's only been building cars for like 10 years. If you go actually look at a Tesla, like look at the finishings on it, one of the cheapest, like the door things be off, and I don't like that shit. Inside is nice. It's cool.
I'm catching a straight because Jeff got a Tesla.
I know hella people that got Teslas. Yeah, I got an electric car, but it's just a different. Yeah, I'll buy an electric car. I just won't do a Tesla. Shits is too they're just not the finishings on it aren't that they're not that cool. But no, I would never.
That's all I had. I look at vans again.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't interested in a van.
Or a Land Cruiser. If you're gonna do a Toyota, I don't care. If you don't want to do a minivan, but do the big Toyota or the big Lexus or something like that. I mean, that Lexus, the big Lexus, $125,000. But you know, I mean, that's as much as you talking about doing a fucking Navigator.
Yeah, or Aviator.
Or Aviator. The Lexus costs about the same, but they way better. Run way not see. Lincoln does luxury better than Toyota, no doubt about it. Mercedes does luxury better than Toyota, but they don't do longevity better. They don't do longevity better. And if you're gonna buy a car that costs $100 and some $1,000, you don't want to take it to the have to take it to the dealership and have to pay nothing for it. You don't want that shit at all.
It's true.
Right? Oh, the Sequoias. Yeah, that's what the Land Cruisers are the new ones. Though that's the little one, the one that your neighbor got. The big one is a Sequoia. That's the one I'm talking about. The Sequoias is like baby Lexuses. Get you a fucking Sequoia. They hard as hell to find though. They probably have they might have two in your city at a time because they don't make them that often. Only like one. Every dealership get like one or two a year. So you're gonna have to get on a waiting list, or you're gonna have to hit up every fucking dealership to get one. But if you want to get one, you're gonna have to, MSRP 80,000. Yeah, it's less than the.
Is for them, what's them things? The Toyota truck that's the 4Runner.
The 4Runners, what about them?
They be hard to find, especially if you want like custom color and stuff like that. Listen, I am a country girl at heart. I love big wheels and all that stuff. So that's another reason why I like big vehicles. But I always wanted me a Lunar Rock colored, blacked out 4Runner. Mm-hmm. But the miles per gallon don't make sense to me. And
they run like shit.
No, they don't.
They do. You be in the motherfuckers like this.
I drove one time. I was babysitting some kids, and their parents left me the car to take them around, and it was nice.
You like what you like. I'm just saying, if you talking about some family shit, you about to go off roading?
No, maybe.
So you go fishing. So you go.
We have to drive down to the creek. It's off road. You
can do that. You can do that in your shoes. You gonna put a lift on it?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, because you said you like it with the big. You want it with the big tire.
Yeah, I want it to come. I want it to come how I like it. I don't want to have to add nothing to it.
You just tell them the dealership to do it. Put it in the deal. You can finance it if you want to. Tell them to do it. Say the little 2-inch lift. You want it? They'll do a 2-inch lift on it. They'll put some big ass mud tires on it and black everything out. But that motherfucker gonna be like, you're gonna be getting 8 miles to the gallon. And the technology
is like 15 miles to the gallon. I was like, what?
No, that's what it gets. That's what I'm saying. That's what it gets with the factory tires. When you put the mud tires on, it's gonna get 8 miles to the gallon on it.
Man.
Yep. And you're gonna hear it. You know when you get too, when you like drift off of the freeway and you get too close to the edge and you hear that like that and it wake you up, that's how your tires gonna sound all the time.
I ain't gonna play with you.
I'm not joking. You think I'm playing? I'm dead serious. That's what the shit sound like all the time when you got mud tires on. You might get used to it, but that's what when for a person that's not used to it and you get inside that motherfucker, you be like, God damn, it's loud in here. You gotta have the music all the way up. You get used to it though. I'm just telling you.
My Lincoln don't make no sound.
That's what I'm saying. You like luxury. That's what I'm saying. If you like luxury,
I'm a luxury
yeah,
girl.
you a luxury woman for sure.
I'm a glamper.
There you go.
I'm country, but I'll do glamping. I don't want to just be out there in the woods.
You like glamping?
Glamping.
Minivan. You like glamping? Minivan. You can sleep. You can, first of all, you can fit everybody inside that motherfucker and sleep. You lay down the whole back, everything. All the seats roll down. Everybody can sleep in it. And it got its own power outlets. So you can plug up lights and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can have music in the daytime, all of that. You can have all of that. All of that, man. Yeah. Minivans. No doubt about it. See? I'm just telling you.
Okay. I trust your judgment, so I guess when it's time to make a deal, I'll let you know. When it comes to that.
Yeah, let me know though. Don't even. I don't care what you pick. Just let me know what they talking about on that money, on that finance, on that paperwork. Yeah, hit me up when they talk. When they get you in the box and they start working that deal with you. I'm gonna call my brother. I'll be right back and put me on speakerphone to set the phone down. Let me just listen. I will interject when need be. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bet. Now minivans ain't hard on gas. Yeah, I'll be your third base coach. Definitely not the Siennas. The Siennas is hybrids. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Them Siennas is hybrids, man. You wildin'. All right, man. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for this meeting. It's in 15 minutes. I'm gonna holler back. I might be back on later. Relly said she'd give up her driver's license before she drive a minivan.